Every person needs a hobby or two, and every hobby has its own culture. Whether it's a book club, wrestling, LARPing, or hunting, you'll find that if you enjoy a thing, you'll probably have things in common with others who also enjoy that thing. And it shouldn't come as a surprise that that's how it works. But for at least one so-called journalist, it's reason for alarm. Hey everybody, Sensei Steven here, and let me ask you something. Do you like working out? If you're over here at the Real Anime Training Channel, you must have at least a passing interest in the topic. And though not everyone falls into the generalization I'm about to make, there is an online fitness culture that many people take part in. Whether it's posting your gains with hashtag FlexFriday, or showing off your healthy dinner choices on Instagram with hashtag EatYourGreens, there's no denying that there are a lot of people who enjoy showing off their efforts. And there are even more people who find inspiration and motivation from those posts. Even before the rise of social media, those who worked out talked about the experiences that they have with their friends and would sometimes encourage them to join them in the gym. But not everyone sees this culture as motivation for the otherwise unmotivated. Enter Zoe Williams, a columnist for The Guardian who writes about health, wellness, and yes, fitness. As she is a columnist who has been writing about fitness and how to care for your body, you would think that she would have some knowledge about how fitness works. She admits that she does not. Quote, "In that time, I've digested very little about what exercise does for your body." That's strange. What do you know about fitness, Miss Williams? She goes on to say, quote, "But I know everything about what it does to your personality, and none of it is pretty." There we go. A fitness columnist who doesn't know how fitness works, but does have some opinions on personality. Miss Williams, I have a very important question for you. Do you even lift? This is about as sensible as sending a reporter who hates the anime culture to cover an anime convention. He may not like anime, but he at least has some strong negative opinions. To The Guardian's credit, her piece is in the opinion section. But that's all the credit that I can give them. Zoe continues saying how she invited an acquaintance of hers to hot yoga, which was awkward for both of them apparently. She poses the question of why she felt the need to invite this person to work out with her. Her answer? It's boasting. The showing off couldn't be plainer. Here I am, improving myself, with willpower and grit. And because I was so great to start with, I'm shortly to become even better. Zoe either doesn't understand why this kind of gym culture exists, or is simply projecting onto her readers. But it gets better. Worse? You be the judge. After referring to this culture as boasting and self-love, she says it turns into self-sufficiency. Oh, the horror. Why would anybody want to be self-sufficient? She goes on to point the finger at cyclists who are able to commute using nothing more than their glutes, which makes them, in her opinion, an off-the-grid warrior class. Have you ever met a cyclist? I'd rather not generalize here, but if Zoe is going to do it, I guess I can too. I know a fair amount of cyclists, and they do not think like this. If anything, they just enjoy the exercise. Just because they don't need cars to commute doesn't mean that they never drive, and it doesn't mean that they're off the grid. And even if they are, so what? With this ridiculous idea, Zoe goes on to generalize all lovers of fitness and training as aligned to one side of the political aisle. Unavoidably, over time, this makes you more right-wing. As you descend into an aerobics-powered moral universe where only the weak need each other and all the strong need is a water pouch in their backpack that pipes straight into their mouths. That's the most ridiculous statement that I've ever heard in my entire life. First of all, no. If you're going to make this argument because cyclists are more off-grid than you are, then you don't understand why. Any cyclist who cycles for a political reason is cycling because of climate change, not the most right-wing position you can take. Second, part of gym culture is literally lifting up other people and forming communities around the shared interest of getting fit and helping others get fit. Because people start to recognize the health benefits, both mental and physical, of exercise, and they want to share that. That's the exact opposite of what she's saying. For crying out loud, spotting. You can just look at somebody in the gym and go, hey bro, can you spot me? And they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, not a big deal. It's all about helping people. Even the strong need someone to help them in case something goes wrong. The whole point of personal trainers is to help novices achieve their goals. The whole point of gym culture is to help each other become better. If you're against self-improvement, you shouldn't be writing a fitness column. It's pretty clear that you've never actually interacted with these people on a regular basis. In my experience, and a great deal of other people that I know's experience, the more you train and the more you become involved in gym culture, the more likely you are to help people. And actually, the more able you are to help people because you're stronger, you're in better shape. It just makes more sense. And the idea that in a right-wing world, the weak need each other's help, whereas the strong can survive solo with just a water pack strapped to their back, is just as ridiculous. Let me just say that I'm a libertarian. I think people should just lift and let lift. I also love puns. But even if you consider that ideology to be somewhere on the right, which it's not, can you really tell me that there is no such thing as a tree-hugging liberal who enjoys running the trails? Is it possible that a powerlifter might be a proponent of overtaxing the rich? Working out is for everyone, be they on the left or the right. But can working out eventually make someone more right-wing? I mean, possibly. I'm sure some would argue with this, but I think it is fair to say that the far left generally wants bigger government to make life easy for everyone, even if historically bigger government doesn't actually do that. On the right wing of things, people argue for less government for the sake of both freedom and personal individual responsibility. They believe that it is more efficient and reasonable to expect individuals to better themselves, become stronger, and then lift up those around them. It's more realistic for every third citizen to be strong enough to care for himself and two other people than it is for a historically inefficient, wasteful, corrupt government to care for everybody. And if you work out for long enough, you might just come to agree with that. Or everybody's different, and some might not connect taking care of your body with politics. End. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and because you guys stuck all the way to the end, I'm going to go ahead and give you something for free. If you go in the bottom, there's a link where you can put your email, and we will send you a free report on the biggest mistakes that you can make in the gym and a bunch of other free stuff. So go ahead and do that for us so we can send that stuff to you and you can get some use out of it. And until next time, good luck and train hard.